Hope and heartbreak in Russia's war on Ukraine. WNBA star Brittney Griner speaking out for the first time since returning home after nearly 300 days in Russian captivity. Griner sharing two photos on Instagram, one of herself exiting the plane and another embracing her wife, Sherelle. Griner writing, "It feels so good to be home. The last 10 months have been a battle at every turn. I dug deep to keep my faith, and it was the love from so many of you that helped keep me going." As we celebrate her joy, the war she was briefly caught up in continues to roll on. Vladimir Putin's forces launching another wave of missile attacks across Ukraine, with explosions hitting at least 4 cities, including the capital of Kyiv. For more, let's bring in ABC News foreign correspondent Soufi Burridge live from Kyiv, along with ABC News Alex Presha here in Washington. So, Alex, Brittney is home. What do we know about her plans for the future now?
Kira, back home on American soil, certainly a happy ending there. We actually just learned this afternoon that she has left that medical center in Texas and is now officially headed home to begin that next chapter and celebrating the holidays with her family. But one thing in that Instagram post that she made clear, she says, "I want to make one thing very clear, is that she intends to play basketball for the WNBA's Phoenix Mercury this season. And in doing so, she's going to get a chance to come face to face with a lot of those folks who were advocating for her release over the last nearly 10 months. And she hopes to be able to thank them in person."
Tom, let's take it to you in country now for more on that Russian air assault we've been talking about. Apparently 40 missiles fired directly at Kyiv, exactly where you are. But it seems like a lot of them, most of them, were shot down.
Yeah, so Kyiv officials are saying, Kira, that air defense effectively shot down 37 out of 40 missiles fired at the capital. In total, about 60 missiles fired at cities across Ukraine, but some of those missiles did get through. Air defense did a good job, but it didn't do a perfect job. It rarely does a perfect job here. Russia sends these waves of missiles, and they send them all at once, and therefore it's very hard for air defense to cope with that number. And effectively, some power stations, several here in the capital, were damaged. We're seeing widespread power outages across the country. Millions of people have been without running water, without electricity, without Wi-Fi, without heating. It's freezing outside. It is a dire situation. Ukrainians are staying strong, but over time, Russia is grinding their electricity grid down, and the situation's getting worse.
So, Alex, U.S. officials are confirming that that first round of the new $53 million aid package has arrived in Ukraine, there where Tom is. Tell us everything that it includes, as you've been following the details.
Well, Kira, as Tom detailed, there's a lot of destruction of infrastructure that's essential to the power grid and also heating. And, you know, we're in the dead middle of winter there. So this $53 million, we're looking at money that's going to go towards things like relays and bus bars and surge arresters, disconnectors, circuit breakers, things like that, that will help repair a lot of this infrastructure that's been destroyed by Russia.
So, Tom, for months, much of the country has been suffering through extreme power outages. We've been reporting on it almost daily. What are things like right now? Has it gotten better at all? And how much could this new aid actually help Ukrainians?
Well, the aid will help. I mean, we were at a power station that had been hit by a missile not long ago. The type of things that Alex just mentioned there, they need that kit. The company then was telling us we're running out of spare parts to actually do the repair work. So that's good. You look, these missile strikes on power stations are not really having any direct impact on the battlefield. There is intense fighting on certain parts of the front line. That continues. We've just come back from somewhere where it really is impacting people. A makeshift shelter in the kind of northern district of Kyiv. And in that area, people didn't have power, they didn't have running water, they didn't have heating in their apartments, and they were inside this effectively this tent with heating inside, with lights inside, and with Wi-Fi. We met students studying in there tonight because they've got exams. We met 2 young boys, 8 and 10, who were playing video games in there. We met women who told us their houses, their homes are freezing tonight, so they've had to go to this makeshift tent to stay warm. I mean, that is what Russian missiles are doing right now in Ukraine. That is the impact of these strikes. It is really impacting the civilian population, and the civilian population really alone.
At the same time, though, Tom, just the resilience. I mean, we were just looking at video of Ukrainians in a grocery store, practically in the dark. There at the checkout, you know, they had Santa hats on. I mean, they're trying to really move forward and be as normal as they can and get ready for the holidays.
Yeah, we saw people sheltering in the metro here in Kiev this morning. We saw people singing in the metro. And we see that all the time. People talk about the kind of unbreakable spirit of the Ukrainians. But I tell you, it's real. Like, inside that tent tonight, that's what people were telling us. They were saying, these Russian missiles are only making us stronger. They're only bringing us together more, and they're only making us more unbreakable, more determined to get through this, to resist Russia, to stay independent, and not fall under Putin's control. That's what this war for Ukrainians is about. It's about their sovereignty, their independence as a nation, and their future. And really, these missile strikes will continue, but I don't see the spirit of Ukrainians being broken ever.
Alex and Tom, thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.